victims' photographs and persons depicted on Fugitive Watch are presumed to be innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Here we go. We made it. Finally,
Yeah.
Scott got his internet fixed.
Yeah, I guess.
No, we didn't put any links out to anything. We just went live. So I named this episode, Why Do Crooks Wear Yellow Vests?
Okay,
Are we seeing a theme here? It's becoming a real fashion statement.
Yeah.
I'm noticing.
We don't even have our 3 regulars.
I'm trying to find
I just noticed that, yeah, there's a lot of media. There's a lot of news stories where you see these guys all stealing cars and pursuits and stuff, and they all have yellow vests on. You know, and
is that the tow truck guys?
Whatever it is, I'll show you a couple. And you know, the reason why they wear the yellow vest is because they're trying to blend in, right? If we see a guy wearing a vest, you know, my house is being painted right now, and one of them wears a vest. You know, maybe the company makes them wear it for safety or something like that. But right when you see someone in a yellow vest walking around, you just assume that they're there doing some sort of maintenance work or some sort of, you know, road work and maybe authorized or something, right?
Like the one Steve bought us.
Yeah, but those say press on them, right? But a lot of guys are wearing that because they tend to blend in more. You know, then that way people don't maybe think there is a suspect. So now whenever you see someone with a yellow vest on, you should think of them as a suspect.
Poor guys.
Poor working I'm going to show you a couple of videos.
Poor guy just trying to do his job.
Hey, I know these guys, man. I tell you, these guys it's a thing. I'm telling you. Hey, so I'm Mark Hinch. I'm with Steve Ferdine and Scott Castita, and look at we got a retired California Highway Patrol. Scott Castita is a retired San Jose Police Sergeant, and we have an OG San Jose PD retired Steve Ferdine.
OG, look at that.
Like your new title there, Steve? I gave you a new title, OG. OG.
There you go.
So we are looking at stuff at fugitive.com. Scott and Steve run that. And then you have my stuff is over at Stolen 911, which I thought I had somewhere. I don't know where I had it here somewhere. Where was the link to it? I had a link to my there. You know what? You can follow me on my YouTube page, Stolen 911, and I have a 24-hour live stream going on of that plays all the time.
South of the bridge.
24 hours a day. You can see videos of me recovering cars. And it plays all the time. And it's also streaming right now. This show is streaming on Stolen 911's channel too.
Oh, great.
Pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. We could set one up later on and have all the old Fugitive Watch shows running on there. But yeah, you could check out Scott and Steve at fugitive.com. And then also you could check out Scott at Fugitive.
You can check out Scott on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You got Scott on OnlyFans, yeah. And or at tell us about the Instagram page there, Scott.
Instagram's doing great. We're getting more and more people. I mean, just in the last month, I've gotten several thousand new people have joined up.
Right.
And yeah, so I take a lot of videos and I clip them down.
The story about this cop is Sonoma County deputy. Man, that's a lot of ink there, man. That guy's into it, huh? He killed himself, killed his girlfriend, and left 3 of their children orphaned, apparently.
Terrible. Isn't it terrible?
Sad story. Very sad.
Those tats, story. Man. Well, I mean, we've got tattoos. It just that screams something right there. I'm telling you, I don't know.
Why? What are you?
I just say I know.
You're going to start something with some.
Oh, I don't care. I just I know some cool. I just seen cooler tats. That's all. But anyway,
that last story I just did right there, that first one, this guy's wanted out of Houston, and apparently he stabbed and killed some. Click on that one, Mark. The very last story. It's got a good picture of the guy.
This one here.
Yeah, the very last. Yeah. Right there, the guy in the
Oh,
in
you
the
mean on
train
your Instagram?
station.
I'm sorry, I'm not on your Instagram. Yeah. We're gonna actually cover that. I actually have that one queued up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll cover that one. Yeah. Hey, don't hate, man. I'm just telling the guy just killed his wife or his girlfriend and left the kids orphaned, and he's got his pretty tattoos. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Mark,
All right.
we've had several of those cases at San Jose PD. You
Yeah.
know, it
Lot
happens.
going on.
Happens
Lot going
more
on
than
there.
happens more than people think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's the first?
Hey, listen, I
story
want to
we're
talk
doing?
about something real quick. So the other night, I don't know if you guys caught this live. This is a crazy pursuit. You guys familiar with this pursuit?
No.
Tonight, new surveillance video here shows the ending of last night's just wild high-speed pursuit, which aired live right here on Fox 11. Right now, a manhunt continues for the two suspects. They're considered armed and dangerous, accused of stealing at least 3 vehicles on live TV, including a big rig. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf live where the drama ended right near the 101 in Mission.
So real quick, these guys, they steal a truck out. I think it was Altadena maybe. And the sheriff's department starts pursuing these guys in a stolen pickup. They then, the highway patrol gets involved and the units kind of back off a little bit. The air helicopter tracking everything. The units are always like a minute or so behind. And then that gets disabled. They then jack they tried to jack several cars, but they ended up jacking a big rig, and they steal the big rig, and it's a tanker truck, but it's carrying milk. And this pursuit goes on with the tanker truck all over the freeway.
Got milk.
And then they switch to another truck, pickup truck, and now they're driving that around. And that finally leads to somewhere downtown near the 101 freeway. And they go underneath the freeway, and that's where they disappear. And this talks about how they disappear. It's crazy they got away, but this is I was actually watching this live from my bed the other night when this was going down. Check this out.
What a wild chase. That mysterious getaway happened right underneath this overpass, out of sight from helicopters, but new surveillance video reveals they might have had some help. Exclusive new video only on Fox 11.
So here's our suspect truck right here, right? There's a little car right here. You can see where I'm circling with my arrow there.
Okay.
Here's our suspect truck underneath the overpass, and here's a suspect car. So keep it. Now, we're going to come back to that in a second.
Revealing the mysterious final moments to Sunday night's dramatic police chase across LA that gripped the nation.
Pretty insane how they just disappeared like that.
The nearly 2-hour police pursuit started in Lancaster with a pickup truck robbery and shots fired. Over the course of 2 hours and 75 miles, the two suspects drove the wrong way on freeways, live on Fox 11. Tried stealing a sedan before crashing into a big rig and taking that. The bandits weaving the milk trailer around downtown LA before stealing another pickup, then the getaway at Mission under the 101 freeway.
Kind of the whole LA thing, and kind of like, oh, there goes right in the whip.
The chase ending right next to Forge Fitness, a gym usually full of boxers and UFC fighters.
If this were to happen like right now, you'd probably see like 10 people doing a citizen arrest going on right now on the street.
The two suspects were underneath the 101 freeway right at this intersection, invisible to helicopters above when they vanished. Now new surveillance video is revealing their escape. Do you believe that these suspects could have had help?
We believe they were dropped off at the.
So we think that someone met them at the intersection. The sheriff's deputies, you'll see them in a second, think that someone met them on the intersection, and then that's when they jumped out of the truck, got in the car, and they let the truck continue and drive. And that's when you see the truck go off there and hit that parked car. But they get away in this other car.
Initial location, and then the last car that they fled in, we believe that it was staged there. Somebody else was driving.
Watch closely as the stolen pickup arrives next to the getaway car with police still in the distance. You can see the suspects appear to get in an open car door and drive off towards the freeway. Then authorities show up, lights and sirens on, to an empty pickup truck.
They do.
So the truck is now empty, still in drive, going forward. And you saw the cops. Did you guys see the cops turning the corner way back there?
Yeah.
So they still see the truck, not realizing that these guys all got into the red car and drove off.
So you think that was coordinated with those guys? Probably they were on the phone, because
the chase was going on for like 90 minutes, right? So they're probably calling their buds.
Yeah, because if that was a carjacking, then they would have known that by now if they carjacked that guy.
Yeah,
so yeah, you're probably right. They were probably just kept going and going and go, okay, meet us under the overpass and open the door. We're just going to jump in.
Yeah.
Where to pull over. I mean, really, to even know how to drive that semi truck. So, that might help narrow down, who we're looking for.
So authorities are still looking for those two suspects who they consider armed and dangerous, along with anyone that helped them, anyone with information.
You say it's a good friend?
That's a really good friend that will come after 90 minutes you've been in a pursuit and he shows up to bail you out.
Okay, so Scott, if Steve called you and said, "Hey, I'm being chased by the cops," you could coordinate this, right? Maybe Frank would pull up and rescue Scott or something. I don't know, right?
Yeah. I got a few friends that might
bring me bail.
Yeah. But check it out. Listen, man, I don't know. You got to know how to drive a rig like that nowadays, right? I mean, this is something you just get in and hit the gas pedal and go, right? So just the fact that he knew, and the funny thing is, I don't think you see it here, but when in the long footage, when you watch him actually jack that big rig, he puts it in reverse at first. So not only you drive big, you got to know how to put the thing in reverse. I know you guys would think, oh, you just, it's a stick shift or whatever. Yeah, it is, but it's not that easy. You got to kind of know what you're doing to drive a big rig. It's not something you're going to pick up in 30 seconds.
He got milk.
Yeah. I like this guy. This is funny because you can imagine all these guys out there when that was going down, right? It would have been interesting.
As long as the Crooks didn't have guns.
They did. In fact, that's how it began. They did do shots fired originally in the pursuit.
Oh, so that's not good for those fighters to go up against guns.
No, yeah, right. I don't think he knew what he was saying at that point.
That was pretty slick. That's like right out of one of those movies, That's right. That's straight up Hollywood.
So, but did you see the part about
right there?
Well, the part about you can't see it, but one of the suspects is wearing a vest.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so you saw that, right? He's wearing a vest. I mean, it's hard. It's not a good shot here, but there's a shot of him later on when he's switching cars, and you could totally see him wearing a reflectorized vest.
What started the whole pursuit? Were they?
It was a stolen truck.
Was it robbery or just a
robbery
truck?
of a truck? Yeah.
Okay,
so
maybe.
Yeah. So then this happened on the same day. I want to show you something happened on the same day here, and we'll watch a little bit of this pursuit.
Yeah, it's one of those exits that will put you right back on the 710. But again, it's only one lane, so we'll see what this person does onto the shoulder.
Different pursuit.
Very dangerous. Going to remain on that shoulder as they go at high rates of speed and get back on that road surface. Oof. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Wow. That was a vehicle stopped on the side of the road, and this driver was able to barely get around them. There was a car in the right lane, yet again, just nearly avoiding disaster. Boy, this is really getting dangerous. Weaving in and out of traffic at a high rate of speed, and here we go again, clipping between those two vehicles, between lanes 1 and 2, and just oh, boy.
So the cops are going to back off. They're going to let the helicopter
this is a pickup truck. It's not going to
because they don't want
like a smaller car, and we're seeing
keep
some
chasing the guy like this
in those moves that this driver is pulling. It's not moving as fast as I think that he wants it to, and we can see just how close this truck is coming to hitting some of those vehicles.
So you think this truck knows he's being followed by a helicopter?
Firestone.
Watch.
Firestone, and now looks like maybe stalling, stuck in the dirt here. This driver is not going to stick in this.
See what he's wearing?
He's wearing a vest.
He's wearing a vest, right? There's two of them.
Got the safety
vest on. So with a glow, it looks like a worker's vest.
Now look, they're trying to.
There are two people now, just looking.
And they're trying to walk cool, but then here comes
slowly emerge, and police are on them now. Looks like, is that sheriff or CHP? So we have looks like guns drawn, two people as they are now
should just start doing traffic control.
and two people on the sidewalk look like they
So
are
it's
giving
all
up, both
LAPD, I
laying down
think.
on the sidewalk at Firestone Boulevard and Southgate in
Well, you
East
know it's
LA.
the cops because you
This
know it's
is
the
now
police,
thankfully
not the
over.
sheriff
We
or
don't
the
know.
CG, 'cause
The
there's
driver
like
had
40
the
of them
vest
for
on.
2
The
guys.
passenger is in the black and the gray. We don't know who was driving
But look,
the
check out the
white
vest,
car
man.
before. But this
That is
leads you to
just
believe
crook
maybe he had someone waiting for him in that pickup truck.
fashion these days, right? You
Bailed
blend
on
Maybe
the
he
in.
just
car,
got
let it
off
roll
work.
through that down the roadway
And
and
stole
got
a
into
truck,
the pickup
right?
truck.
Yeah.
So
Look,
now,
I'm not saying
Spready-
obviously not everyone wearing a vest is a bad guy. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just letting people
I
know.
feel like that's what you're saying.
I'm just letting people know that is how they're blending in, right? That they're blending in by wearing a vest. Because seriously, my mind does it. I see a guy in a vest. I don't think too much about it. You know, I think, oh, they're out there working on something. That's just kind of safety.
Wow, how
now.
did he bury that? How did he bury that truck? That's crazy right there.
Yeah. I remember when I was at Radiff, there was a guy at a house over in Milpitas. We could not get close to him. He was watching all the time. He had warrant. Somebody wanted to pick this guy up on a warrant, and this guy would run from everybody, and they were worried about him hurting somebody or something like that. So we couldn't get close to even surveil this guy's house without being seen, you know, and I don't think they had enough get a warrant to hit the house, or they didn't want to do an entry on the house for whatever reason. So what we did is we went to the Caltrans yard. And at that time, this is in the early 2000s. I don't think we get away with it now, but we convinced Caltrans to loan us a truck. And then we all got a bunch of vests like that. And we had spray paint cans and stuff. And we went out on the street, all of us, like 5 or 6 of us, and we all looked like street workers, and we're painting the USA thing on the ground on the street, you know, and we had the supervisor, you know, one guy's acting like a supervisor and stuff like that. And then sure enough, after about 20 minutes of us screwing around the street, the dude comes bebopping out. I think we had an informant or something like that he was going to leave the house, and he comes bebopping out, walks right past us thinking that we're just a crew. And then all of a sudden one of the guys turns, next thing they take him to the ground, man. He got jumped by a bunch of Caltrans workers.
Street workers.
Yeah. It was like Steve Morrow was there. He was a Gilroy PD guy, and then obviously Brian Neese from BK from San Jose PD. I think he was leading that team at that time. Keith Roberry from the sheriff's department. You know, myself and some guys from the other agencies. But yeah, that was great because I think he screamed when we grabbed him. Because he was all of a sudden he's getting beat up by Caltrans.
You scared the crap out of him.
Yeah. But it worked. It got it. But that's how we used the vest back then to disguise ourselves, you know. But so now you're going to probably see the ICE agents wearing the vest, right? They're going to come in and disguise themselves. That's I don't know. All right. That was it. That's my little story to the day. And then, okay, another one here. I don't think you guys have on fugitive, but it definitely applies. I think. So did you hear about this guy from Washington State? They found him in LA. This car was seen in Calabasas this morning, and then they caught him today. I don't know if you guys saw the story or not.
No.
Yeah, Glenn and Lou, major breaking developments in this case. Less than 48 hours after the suspect's vehicle was discovered in this Calabasas parking lot by LA County Sheriff's deputies, we've now learned that the suspect has been captured, taken into custody by LAPD Olympic Division. Let's jump into some video. This is the man that the manhunt has been on for. Spanning 1,000 miles, beginning in Washington State a week ago and reaching Southern California this week. We don't know more details about exactly how or where he was captured by LAPD. We're getting this information so far by Longview Police and LA County Sheriffs, working to get more details from LA Police Department. 51-year-old Alexander Lee Rogers, though we can confirm, is in custody. Police say they suspect him in the murder of 64-year-old Don Peters and attempted murder of Don's 73-year-old brother-in-law, Andrew.
Now, this guy was not wearing the fashion statement. You got Philip here asking, what's the fashion statement? Philip, maybe you just missed it. We're talking about how crooks wear the construction vests or the road vests now to blend in. I didn't see this guy doing it, but the first two stories you covered, that's what they were wearing.
And Mark says that you should think they're all suspect now if they're wearing that.
Everyone's suspect, right? That's right. Okay, that's me. Yes, this is me.
Show you some photos we have of Dawn provided by her family. The family has just been completely devastated by her loss. The two were stabbed in their family home August 5th, where they live with two other relatives. Their nephew says the suspect did handyman work at the home and says his uncle was barely able to alert authorities after being stabbed.
It's terrible.
Got him in the throat over here. I think before he passed out, he was able to stand up and spin around and hit the medical alert button on the alarm system to trigger the cops.
Oh, wow.
That's why it initially came across as just a medical alert. Nobody knew of the horror that hid behind it until whoever showed up first on the scene.
Wow, Matt, I'm glad he at least had that, even though it's too late.
Police would soon discover that horror, and doorbell video appears to show Rogers entering the Peters house that morning of the murders on the 5th. Now, the motive remains a mystery. Family says they just have no clue why anyone would want to hurt Dawn or Andrew, describing Dawn as someone who takes care of everyone. Now, back out here live, we are expecting to hear more details about just what went into this arrest. LAPD's chief is holding a press conference at 3:30, and we are hoping to learn more. We'll bring that to you, of course. For now, that's the latest live here in Calabasas.
I didn't see what happened there, but I just saw that story, the classic fugitive story, right? You got a Washington State murder, and then the car involved is picked up in Calabasas, which is North LA in the valley there, Ventura area, Woodland Hills area, right, of LA. So interesting, though, a classic fugitive story and across state crime. So what do you think? What do you think on the police end of it? What do you think they had once they found the vehicle, maybe they found a connection or why he was down there, or do you think they just started?
Well, it sounded like when she first said the sheriff's office, and then at the end she said the police department. So I'm a little confused there.
So Calabasas, I actually worked a burglary case down there. The jurisdiction of Calabasas is
right?
LA Sheriff's Department, right?
Yeah,
so they probably had info, and then maybe they were able to tie that to something going on in LA. And then if you just go over to Woodland Hills or the next over, then you're back into LA City. So they actually, they just border up. Calabasas is unincorporated, and then Woodland Hills and those, I believe, are LAPD.
It might have been a license plate reader thing, and then the SO got hit on it, and then they went to go check it out, and they found him.
Right. Okay. One more thing I want to talk to you guys about, then we'll go to the thing is, how about this this guy who pepper sprays the mail thief down in LA, also in Studio City, the same neighborhood, just down the valley a little bit from this one. Did you guys hear about this one?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
And I hear about a lot of stuff, but I didn't hear about this.
You can caught the eye of a KTLA viewer in Pasadena who says the suspect looks a lot like a man caught on video committing a crime in his community. KTLA's Mary Beth McDade live in Pasadena with more. MB.
Okay, first of all, who's having 80s vibes right now?
Yeah, Micah, some Pasadena residents found the story that we did this morning about some Studio City residents going after an alleged mail thief. Very interesting. They think that same man may have paid them a recent visit.
Hey, buddy, you like to steal mail? You like to steal mail?
Yeah. Fed up Studio City residents go after a man they say has stolen their mail numerous times.
Oh, I think I did hear about this.
They got video of this guy stealing all this mail, and it's always happened to this one building in Studio City. So finally, this one resident, he's become a little superstar down there on the news. He finally confronts the guy in front of his Jeep one day and pepper sprays him, right? And the guy actually gets away, but they figure out who he is.
I'm done. I'm done trying to be nice. I'm done with saying please. It's more things that I have to do in the day, like I have to cancel credit cards because they get stolen, or statements in the mail because all these things.
The residents
you're paying,
tell us
bro.
This is video of the latest incident last Friday. You can see the man using a key and helping himself to mailbox after mailbox. Well, Tuesday night, they set out to find the mail thief, and they say they found him. Things became a bit violent as this.
When they mean they, the building residents found the guy. They hunted the guy down.
Yes, I
good.
did hear a teaser about this, but I thought it was in Northern California that it happened.
No, it's down there in the valley.
Tried to get away, and the residents tried to keep him there until cops arrived.
he eventually got to the car. I was trying to pull him out. One of the neighbors was holding the door. He then bit my hand. After he bit my hand, I used my thumb to gouge his eye so that he didn't bite me anymore.
This is one of like 4 interviews I've seen this guy do, and the other one, he's got the blood. He's showing the blood on his arm and stuff like that. This guy has been interviewed like 4 times. Yeah.
That's when he lifted up the center console, pulled out a knife, and went to stab me.
Tim Bremer had to be treated for his minor injuries, and we're told the suspect got away on a scooter after Bremer bashed the front windshield of his Jeep in.
I think we need more of that around here. This is a pretty tight-knit community, so we all try to take care of each other.
So what I don't want to know is that his Jeep so he left the Jeep behind after the guy beat on him. So were the cops able to ID him by his Jeep? They don't get into that, or is the Jeep stolen or whatever, right? But go. Let's watch this. This goes further. Check this out.
Altadena residents found this story of particular interest.
Altadena.
I watch KTLA News every morning, and it was an interesting story, about the vigilante. And then, obviously, with the mail theft, that sort of piqued my interest a little bit.
And this is why. Check out this video from their Pasadena apartment building on July 17th. Arthur DiDio says it's a similar-looking man with a similar-looking Jeep stealing the lock to their intercom system before taking off in that Jeep. And guess what Arthur and his neighbors found out from the post office when they went to replace the lock?
We learned that the lock in the intercom system is a universal lock used by the post office. He told us perhaps he was taking the locking mechanism to make a copy of the key that he can then use to engage in mail theft.
I spoke with the detectives handling that Studio City case, and they say that they're very interested in what information and videos Arthur DiDio has. He's in the process of sending them over to those detectives, who also tell me that they have been working on this case throughout the day. Now, Pasadena police say that they, too, are working on this case.
So, okay, real quick, before we get her off the air, what do you think? A little Morgan Fairchild action going on there with the reporter.
I don't know, man.
I just saw that hair. I'm like, really? Okay, cool. Look at me bashing people for their tattoos, their hair, their choice of vests.
How many times do we show these videos of these people stealing mail, or they get caught with all that stolen mail? And how many lives are disrupted? Like that guy said, we all know what it's like when you get on those phone calls to cancel your credit card, and they put you on hold and tell you how important your call is to them, and you just get in that the phone tree from hell. So that's a lot of felonies, because that's a felony what he did, stealing. Okay, I mean, in today's world, you get hired by that DeJoy guy and become head of the Postal Service, but it typically is a federal crime, and it's supposed to be a felony.
And that's not even taking into consideration that he tried to stab the poor man.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they need to take a guy like that, and they need to make him the poster child of what happens to you. And they need to take each one of those pieces of mail, charge. I mean, more than likely, he like I said, he'd probably get pardoned and become the head of the Postal Service. But at least you make some sort of a statement,
right?
I'm going to jump in here. And I hate to rain on everybody's parade, but heroic stories like this are good, good, make you feel good. But I have to say, what I tell people when I was working is that, just call the police. It's not worth getting shot or stabbed over your mail,
Yeah. Well, I'm going to agree with you, but I got to tell you,
so many cases where, look at you're not going to get qualified immunity if something happens to the crook. You're going to get sued. You're going to be spending your own money to hire an attorney to defend yourself. It's just call the police. Just don't get shot or stabbed over your mail.
Obviously, this guy just about had it, because it's obviously
I've been frustrated. I've been a frustrated victim of crime. I know what it's like.
Well, I think the guy's going to get a reality show out of it. because he's living in Studio City. He's probably some sort of actor type anyway.
Yeah, but for every feel good story like this, I mean, we've posted stories of poor people who've been shot. You know, they go out because they catch somebody breaking into their car, and wind up getting shot and killed in their own driveway. You know.
You ever see the TV show, the movie Kick-Ass? Remember the guy who was a comic book? He wanted to be a hero, and
yeah,
that was Nicolas Cage. I love that movie. Hit Girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in the other stories, they identify the guy. They got a picture of the guy.
In a corner, and you have to act like the poor passengers in a plane who have to act because you can't call the police. There is no police. You know, so you're backed into a corner.
Well, what about the poor guy on the subway in New York? And he acted. And what did they do?
Exactly.
They filed charges
charge him with murder. Right.
You talking about Bernard Getz?
No.
That's an old one.
No, more recently, about a year ago, a young man, a veteran, took down a 5150, and the 5150 wound up dying, and the DA charged him, charged the veteran.
So yeah, but they actually, in the other stories I saw, they actually ID the crook. They have a picture of him with his hat off and stuff, and they ID'd him. But that was before they linked him to the Pasadena mail.
Mark, I can't even tell you how many times it's so frustrating that I've gone just to the grocery store, to Lucky, Safeway, or whatever, and on view people just loading up a shopping cart and going out of the store, you know. And it just burns, you know, it fries my bean, man.
Hey, I just had a case, child custody case, where the parents were fighting over custody, and one of the parents was suspected to be a serial shoplifter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hired to see if that was the case. And on my very first surveillance of this guy, I caught him shoplifting.
I know you called me.
Yeah, I remember I called you, but I don't want to get too much into the whereabouts and stuff of it. But obviously, because
ongoing case.
It is a case. It's private clients, stuff like that. But they know who they are. But yeah, I was able to document it and then get the loss prevention involved, get him ID'd, and then eventually get it brought up in court. And he was already on probation for similar incidents. So I will say that person no longer has any visitation rights as of right now until these other issues get dealt with.
Good,
which is good. So, and he actually was doing it while he had custody of his kids. They were at the house. He dropped the kids off and went to the store.
So beautiful.
And yeah. So, okay. So you guys had this story up.
We have a lot of good stories.
What is it? 4 arrested in San Jose.
Also in San Jose, 4 people arrested for a deadly shooting, but a 5th man is still on the loose. That shooting happened on Sunset Court near Regional Medical Center back in April. Officers arrived and found one man suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Now, police have arrested 3 men and 1 woman. You see their photos here. All were arrested between June and July and booked into the county jail for murder. SJPD, as we mentioned, still looking for the 5th suspect, identified as 25-year-old Kevin Lee. They're asking for any information.
I think Steve lost his connection there.
Yeah, go back to that. There were 3 men there.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick Steve off here because until he comes back.
You showed a picture. It said,
and 1 woman. You see their shot.
Yeah, let me put up here.
3 men. Okay, let me see if I can figure out which one.
There's
3
photos.
men. 3 men.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out. I know. Okay, the guy on my
nice.
screen on the far left. Okay, these 2 guys.
Poor Steve-O. What happened to Steve? Oh, yeah. So none of them were wearing vests.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not part of that. They got their own fashion thing going on. The black shirts. That's its own fashion statement.
But, Steve's back.
There he is. Okay, let's go. Hey, buddy, we missed you. We were worried about you.
Did you go to the restroom?
Yeah.
Oh, just go ahead and just walk away. We know what's going on. Leave your camera on.
Okay.
But to say I got to pee and then walk off, that's kind of
Okay.
funny. No one cares. Everyone knows. But Steve, talk about their uniforms. They're all wearing black. These suspected crooks here. What's that all signify?
Theft Task has a question.
There's Zorro fans.
Hey, Theft Task has a question, but I don't. What's the question, Theft Task?
Oh, he wants to know what the what's the fashion statement?
Oh no, that was the other guy, right?
I know. Maybe he changed his name. Could have been him.
Okay, so we still have put the guy's picture up there that's still wanted. We got these 3 guys.
Oh, is there another one on there?
Man and one woman. You see,
it's
county jail for murder. SJP.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah,
there you
this guy.
go. Positive.
He's not wearing the. He wasn't part of the.
But he's still outstanding.
That's right. If anybody knows where you can be located, send us a tip at tips@fugitive.com.
You know, just before the show, I posted. I don't know if you guys saw. I posted up on Instagram. I don't think I had anything to do with this, but they just arrested 4 other guys associated to some San Jose murders. They just picked up 4. Yeah, they just did a press release on that. San Jose's out there kicking butt, man. They're catching lots of murder suspects. That's good. Keeping crime down. You know, doing a good job. I see all the press releases all the time. That's our.
I think San Jose has got like 100% clearance rate so far.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, I think, and a big part of it is they're big into having connections with the community and working with the community, and they trust them, and we know because we worked there for a long time, and we've been doing Fugitive Watch for 30 some odd years, and we couldn't have caught thousands of people if it wasn't for the fact that people come forward with the information.
I was showing Carmen yesterday. Your chief was on there when they were talking about the incident yesterday about the smoke shops that were selling marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
You guys saw that, right? Your chief what's his name? Joseph.
Paul Joseph.
Good guy.
Paul Joseph.
I met him a couple times years ago, and just a really good person, good man, good cop, good leader.
Sharp.
You know, and you always don't have good leaders in some
nicest guy in
right?
the world. Yeah, very nice man.
Yeah, and just compliments his people and sends out. You come in and you give your people positive energy, and then if you got to fix something, you fix it down the road. You fix it later on. But I've worked for people before, task forces and the highway patrol, that they just start off berating their teams, you know, and this is a sign of poor leadership, right? You just got to you work. You guys, that's a good chief. He's a good dude.
Hey, Mark. Theft Task there. It looks like he's got a case for you.
Yeah, no, I see him on Facebook a lot. Yeah, so any cases, you know, a lot of people want to go out and recover cars, and they do their own thing, and that's good. There's a lot of great car recovery sites on Facebook. All right, so we got here. We have another incident in East LA, Steve.
Which one is this one, Mark? Oh, this is the LASO shooting. Yeah, this was pretty wild shootout.
Okay, so you see them going back the right direction, correct?
Yes, we are. Okay. We have to be careful because he's aiming the gun at them.
She says, she sees him aiming the gun at them. Thank you, ma'am. Stay on the line with me until...
He's squatting behind the car.
She's hiding behind a car?
Yeah, he's squatting behind the car.
This is just east of downtown Los Angeles, where the sheriff's jurisdiction starts. I think it's called something Terrace Heights or something like that.
I got read that. So this is the sergeant, I think, behind them, checking on all his guys. Well, that's a,
We're going to be on Helen.
I got you. 14.
He's pointing me. He's pointing me. It's a male.
Drop the gun!
Pick up, you're being shot at. Arrow's going to be down.
hey, can I just say something there? I don't want to slam on that guy, but I think that's the sergeant. He's back there. He's making sure all his guys are set up and everything. And he's got one guy kneeling in front of him, and he's holding his gun up above his head. That's a just something you got to really be conscious about, because if that guy in front of you stands up and they start shooting,
I was thinking the exact same thing.
that scared the hell out of me when I saw that.
I saw that. I was saying the same thing. That was really.
But I'm not. I mean, I don't know this guy. I'm sure he's got his. I'm sure he's got his training.
It looks like he realized it, and then he decided. To bring his gun down.
Top responding code 3. Hey, man, can you work on LAPD Arrow, please?
Let me see your hands!
So he's letting them each know he's behind them. See, he's touching them. Just that's what he's doing.
I'm ready. Behind the car. Take cover. He's behind where?
Tony, good to see you.
Hey, Tony.
The Civic.
Oh, Scott's got some work for you, Tony.
Behind you. There you go.
Put the gun down! Huh? He popped up on my side? Yeah. He's still moving. Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
For the viewing public, this is not only dangerous for the deputies, but it's extremely dangerous for the public, because all those rounds are going to be going somewhere.
Well, I think I hear an ice cream truck.
He's coming out. Got him. He's down. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. He's not moving. He still has the gun. He still has the gun. He's not moving. He's down. He's down. He's down. He's down.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, that's well.
Yeah, very scary.
Do not move. Do not move.
21, which direction do you want your unit to center from?
Stay right there. Do not move.
This is units from intercity centers in Helen.
Keep the gun away. I'm going to have the gun in his hands. We got hands on the gun.
Don't touch the gun. AIA there on scene.
Yeah, it looks like they had a pretty good backdrop, though, if they had to shoot. Look, there's still blood on the gun.
So, Steve, what else can you tell us about this incident?
Well, the motive is they're not going to know because he's dead, and but they do know that the gun was a ghost gun, unregistered, and he somehow got his hands on it.
Wow.
Aren't those illegal?
Yep, they sure are.
Oh, I thought.
And this is one of the reasons that they are illegal.
Right.
But what was the original reason why they had him?
The deputies responded to at least two calls from neighbors saying that this guy is walking down the street shooting the gun in the air, and so they're responding to investigate. And then he opens fire on the deputies when they arrive. And as a motive, we'll never know because he's pushing up posies now.
Pushing up posies. I like that one.
All right, let's real quick. I want to get to this one comment on here. Theft Task is a name. Well, this guy uses. I see him on Facebook. He apparently hunts down stolen vehicles and stuff like that. But he's asking about a TRX stolen, and it was sent to me. I found out who stole it. So when he's talking about a TRX, he's talking about one of these Ram pickups, which are very highly stolen these days. These can be stolen with an Autel device, which is one of the key makers, right? Scott, you looking into Dodge trucks? What's a Ram TRX running in these days? Any idea? They're not diesels, so maybe you're not into them.
Yeah, no, I'm not into the TRX. I'm a 3/4 diesel.
Mark,
yeah, so it says that's a 6.2 liter Hemi V8. It's a 702 horsepower. These things are pretty badass, but they're stolen left and right now. But anyway, he says there was a TRX stolen and it was sent to me. I found out who stole it. He posts about it on TikTok and Instagram and all the stolen vehicles he steals, but I don't know what else can be done. All you can try to do is identify his account and then find out what area it's in, and then maybe look for the vehicle that way and see if you can get a cop involved that may be interested in
Mark, I've been watching some YouTube videos on car sales, and it's just amazing that the pickup trucks are going for 90, 100, over 100,000.
Oh, yeah.
For new pickup trucks. It's no wonder they're sitting on the lots.
I just priced one out that I want. It came out to $117,000. So
all these sideshows you're seeing, though,
on mine.
all these sideshows you're seeing, LA, Oakland, wherever they may be occurring, they're usually these stolen cars taken in these events and then used the sideshows. And they keep them cold plated, right? They don't put the real license plates on them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're being stolen for that, or they're being VIN switched and stolen and then sold that way. So there was a case in Texas last year. I think I put it on I think it's on my live channel right now. We talk about it, but if you go to the Stolen 191 Live, the 24-hour stream, one of the stories about Texas crew stealing a bunch of pickup trucks. A lot of them are these Dodge TRXs, and he's got Tony says just steal one. Yeah. So,
give me one with a VIN switch.
But they were selling them for they were getting $5,000 to steal the trucks, and then the guys they were delivering to were probably still flipping them for $30,000 cash.
Gee.
Right? They're VIN switching a lot of these things.
Wow.
So there's a definite market out there to steal these vehicles. A lot of the cases I have are vehicles that have gone missing in this way. So yeah,
you know what's amazing? I always thought, as technology got better, it was going to make it harder and harder to get for people to steal cars. And when in fact, it seems like there's technology to help you steal the technological cars that they're building now.
Mark, Scott, I've been biting my lip here about that. But you bring it up. I can't believe that the insurance companies have not spearheaded an effort to eliminate this auto theft problem and the high-speed chase problem. This country can do amazing things when they make it a priority. Look what we accomplished with the drunk driving to bring it down. Look what we did with seatbelts. Look what we did with smoking as a country when we decided to make it a priority and and maybe not eliminate it completely, but severely reduce it. And
God, I sent you this.
Oh, I know. I'd seen that before. I saw that.
It's a spike strip that deploys from the police cars. Steve, you were talking about technology. But this is kind of cool.
Yeah,
you get alongside the vehicle, especially for someone who's not like actually, if you get just someone who's let's say it's a diabetic or something, right?
But that's after the fact, though. I'm saying,
I know, but I'm just using this as a way of another tool that cops come up with.
Look at what OnStar does. They can turn a car off from remotely, and it's being pursued. If the country made it a priority and required all cars to have a kill switch that can be shut off remotely by a police officer, I think we would.
But then ICE would be shutting down people's cars and raiding them. We're right. It's a matter of who's in charge of the country at that moment.
Right.
You want ICE to be able to shut down people's cars? They would if they could.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So hey, Scott, you were talking about this tow truck thing. I turned the audio off. I'm gonna let you explain what's going on here. I'll start the video.
So apparently this guy's he's filming. I wish he did a better job, but it's a bunch of tow truck drivers. I think there's 3, maybe 4 of them. They don't look like tow trucks because they're trucks and they have the gear on the back of them so they can take cars. And we had done a show on this a few months ago, Mark, or 6 months ago. And I guess this is a big problem. They're called chasers, and they go out to these accident scenes and they try to talk people into letting them tow their cars. And it could cost you thousands and thousands of dollars to get your car out of these tows. And I know that, Mark, we did, like I said, we showed a story. You did some interviews on that stuff, and it's a big problem. But look at this guy. These guys were going at it so bad. They started ramming into each other, flipping each other over.
Are they competing for the same vehicle, maybe?
Yeah, that's apparently the story I read. That's what it all started.
That one flipped over. I just saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it all started. They were all competing for the same car that was in an accident, and they're getting territorial. It's kind of like they're running into each other is like, like a dog peeing on a tree, I guess. This is their. I mean, watch this guy. He goes. Just
are you saying that if one of us pees on a tree, all of us have to do it?
That's it. Okay. Watch, he just rams this guy, and it was allegedly too. These guys were armed, but what happened was I saw this, and so I started Googling and checking it out, and I found so many stories on this, Mark. I thought that when we did that story a while back, I thought they were trying to put a stop to this.
Okay, well they actually did. So where was this? This is Chicago. So
Chicago.
But I was at a meeting, an auto theft meeting last month. I did that story originally, and it's on my YouTube channel. You can find it there. If you go, there's a story on there where I talk about the tow truck scams, and I think it's right here.
Right.
Actually.
Yeah. And these tow trucks, it's a big problem.
Yeah, what's free, right? There's a whole video here where who does that, right? The actual.
It was a nightmare. That's when the nightmare started.
Nigel says,
watch the live stream, you can see it where I review this story about these scammer tow trucks that show up to your accident scene and try to take your car. Again, this is going on in the Valley in LA. But this was a story that came out like 6 months ago, and then the Highway Patrol, working with the DA's office and city attorney's office and the sheriff and the LAPD, finally did a crackdown, and they rescued something like 180 vehicles from one tow operation. And they're actually figuring out ways to go after these guys now that are going on. But this story here, it's on the web. It's on the Stolen 911 live stream right now, and you can see it.
I think the important thing is to tell people, explain to them, Mark, what you in the show you told. Explain how do you spot these guys when they show up? You get in an accident, some guy shows up, and how does he know? He tells you he got a call from the insurance company or something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how is it? Walk them through.
Here. So what happens is that you're going to, I talk about in the story, you show up, you get an accident, and there's going to be let's say you're in the Valley someplace, and you get an accident, and you are there, and you're with the other car, and you're on your phone. Well, some guy's going to walk up to you and say, "Hey, man, I saw everything. I'm a witness. Give me your phone number because you need my information." And you're going to think, "Great, a witness." And this guy's going to say that I'm not at fault. Perfect. So you give the guy your phone number. Well, that guy is actually a spotter for these shady tow services, and he's going to take your phone number and now send it to his buddy with the tow truck or the dispatch of that tow truck, and then they're going to call you, and that guy has told them, oh, he's driving a Tesla or he's driving a Toyota or he's driving or whatever, and they're going to call you, like if you have a GM car or something like that, and they're going to say, hey, this is so and so from OnStar. We just got alerted that your car got in an accident. And we're sending out a tow truck for you right now. And you're thinking, or let's say your insurance, you know, this is your insurance company, and we got an alert, and we're sending a tow truck up for you right now. Well, you're thinking, great. So that truck shows up, and you think it's all legit because your connected car has contacted, you know, some service center that's on your side, and it's all BS. And then you give your car to this guy, and now your car disappears for 4 or 5 days. They hold on to the car, and then eventually they reach out to you or your insurance company or your bank and say, hey, we got your car, you know, and what they're doing,
storage fees can be like hundreds of dollars a day.
Thousands.
Right? Thousands of dollars. So the point of the story is, don't take a step back. Don't any tow trucks just show up on the scene out of nowhere and you didn't call them. I wouldn't trust them. All right.
No.
Take a step back. Be careful. These guys are salesmen. And the cop goes into it. The lieutenant here goes into about how, if you watch the story, of how these guys are really good at selling people, you know, on the user service.
I mean, I've not only were we were all cops and we know how it works. A lot of times you ask them, hey, do you want me to call you a tow truck? And sometimes they go, well, I have AAA. I want to tow it to a shop. And you go, well, you want me to? I can have dispatch call or whatever. But shit, like you said, some random dude shows up, especially driving a pickup truck with a tow rig hanging off the back, and says, hey, you know, I'm here to save the day. I don't think so.
And you can just say, well, can't the cops, if I know where my car's at because I got an air tag in it or it's got GPS and it's in the back of that yard, can I just make the cops go get it? Because these guys stole my truck. No, they didn't steal your truck. They didn't steal your truck. You gave the guy permission to take your truck, your car. So, and what's a lazy cop's best line? Oh, this is a civil matter, right?
It's a civil matter.
You know, whatever, you know, but in some cases this actually kind of is, you know, so you have to, you know, the cops aren't going to go there without
it was theft under false pretenses. It was,
but it takes time to investigate that, right? Yeah. And last thing Pro's going to do is start being your recovery service. Right. Is it stolen? No, all the DAs out there are going to tell you it's not stolen because the person gave them permission. They're just being duped. They're being misled, and that's a different crime. So they are crafting the laws now in Southern California, especially to be more addresses these issues.
I mean, because technically you are being misled. So I don't know how you would, you know, they're taking your car under false pretense that you think that your insurance company is going to pick this up, pick up the tab, and they know that they're not.
Yeah, we used to at San Jose PD. We had I think 1 or 2 officers who were just assigned to police the tow truck business.
Right, and those are going to be your commercial officers, right? San Jose used to have those commercial trucks, and they went through the same training as the highway patrol guys would train them.
No, in the permits units, they had 2. I think 1 or 2 guys that were just assigned to police the tow unit.
Towing. A lot of times it's going to be your. I remember San Jose. You had a commercial vehicle truck. They had a truck and that guy. Yeah, so those guys are the ones that regulate all these tow services. School buses, trucking companies, stuff like that. These guys are really specialized in how these things. So you can go. Those type of officers can go after these trucks. I talk about in the story. Those type of officers can go after these trucks for regulatory issues, like the normal patrol guy. Even a basic highway patrol officer is not going to understand all that stuff. You really need to specialize, right? So these guys go after that. And one of the officers leading the charge down there is a CHP commercial officer who's working with the DA and working with the city attorney. And that's how that whole big takedown went down last month. I'll do a story on that next week. We'll bring up that story. We talk about it, but they're starting to kick in on this. And you know, they need to go after these, just like Paul Joseph said, dealing with the mayor dealing with these smoke shops. You got to go after these businesses and take away their business permits. You got to go after when it hurts. You got to take them out of business if they're going to keep doing this type of stuff. You know, and going after these have these other regulatory bodies go after these companies and stuff.
Yeah, we did a story on one of our previous podcasts of a police department of the East Coast that they wound up putting the guy in prison who was doing that.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah,
that's right.
All right, let's move over here. We got Steve. We got I don't know if you sent me this one. It's a guy in an airplane causing a ruckus. Let's watch it first.
We'll get a couple of these.
This is what we were talking about earlier, guys. There's no cops around. This is where, you know, the people in the crowd got to step up and just take action here. Am I wrong? I mean, what do you think?
You know, what are you going to do? You don't have a choice. Like I said, I think I told you guys the story recently where I was stuck on a plane and it was Spirit, and we were stuck on the tarmac for a long time. And the guy started getting crazy, and I looked over and I go, man, I do not want to get involved here, but if this gets any crazier, I feel compelled, because I'm looking around and nobody else looked like nobody else was going to jump up and do it. But luckily, the stewardess, man, she held her mud. She did a good job.
70s, a stewardess? What the hell, Scott?
Well, that's what she was. Okay, the what do we call them now?
Flight attendants, I think. I get you, man. Stewardess, that's fine. So in this case, it turned out he had no bomb, right? He was just shouting some crazy stuff, or what?
Yeah, he turned out not to have a bomb. But the passengers were like, why did you do that? Like, you could tell they're like, why did you make me do this?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then you know, you're on the plane wanting to go to Disneyland or Disney World or Hawaii or something, and you wind up getting your nose broken or your teeth knocked out trying to take down some nutcase on the plane.
But you want this, right? What you don't want is this guy being allowed to run around the planes and shouting all this stuff, right?
Right.
You don't want that because it's just, you know,
the good thing is
I'd actually feel better once I saw this guy taken down, and then, oh yeah, no, he doesn't have a bomb. He's just being crazy. I could relax a little bit more.
I mean,
so you want
it's a hell of a situation. So again, like the guy, like the veteran on the subway system, this guy dies of what do you call that? Delirium from.
I was going to say, here's a classic example where we saw what happened. If that was 4 cops holding that guy down and this guy died from an OD on a bunch of drugs, then they would do him for murder.
Yeah, so
maybe not. Maybe
do the passengers get qualified immunity? No, they're not going to get qualified immunity. It's just a hell of a position to be put in as a passenger on an airplane.
Well,
and
are
the courts, you know, what are the courts going to do? That guy needs to go to prison, and he needs to be put on the no-fly list.
Right. Well, this is why you need support for people that get criticized for taking action like this. And, you know, whether you like the political changes or not, maybe these are the things that do need to change. Maybe the bad guys have too many rights here that need to back off on the civil litigation, have the support of the government to help, and those DAs that go after these people for trying to do the right thing. Those are political positions that can be dealt with. And you got to go after the parties that support the politicians that do those wacky things to try to prosecute people that try to help. Right? So what party is supporting that DA that's trying to prosecute that guy? Go after that party.
Show the video of the other unruly passengers. It's right after this one, I think. And I had a conversation with Scott, because Scott used to work at the airport. I'm going, oh my God, when I was researching this one, I couldn't believe all the YouTube videos of
that
at the airport.
Yeah, that other video, if Mark shows it, that I watched that whole thing, and I'd been in that situation because I was an airport cop for a couple of years. But that was a pretty intense video. Those guys put up with a lot from that guy.
Not only the police, but the airline workers. Oh my God! I put it on our Instagram page. I said, are airline workers and police paid enough to put up with this other alleged unruly passenger? If you can find the video there, Mark.
Are you talking about the airline one here?
Yeah, the Spirit Airlines. Yes.
Yeah, I got it right here.
What's up, bro?
What's happening, man?
What's up? You
going
ready for this?
What's going on?
They just put me and my kids on the plane with no explanation.
Who?
He keep picking out the door and shutting. So you go ask him himself, and then give me the explanation. I don't know. And me and my daughter, it's her birthday. My son and my other son right here. We got on the plane with no explanation. Asked us to get on.
I'll talk to him. See what's going on. Right?
See what's going on. And I bring him the out here because I'm going to smack the shit out.
Let's have a seat for him.
Oh, okay.
The officer,
Yeah, the cop's gonna. Yeah, let me bring him out for you so you can smack the shit out of him, right?
Yeah. The officer does everything. He's doing his best to de-escalate this guy, but he just will not de-escalate.
Let's watch.
No, he won't.
He says it's racist. His guy's racist.
That's racist shit. I'm not having a seat. Not having a seat. You go talk to my staff right. I'm not having a seat. Not at all. Myra, go sit down. Or sit down next to Myra. Or sit next to Brittany. Tell him to come on.
Guy's going to fight him too.
Whoever asks us to get on the plane, I want to know the reason.
Yep, I'll talk to him, man. Just have a seat over there for
I'm not having no seat.
All right, man. Well,
I'm not having no seat. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck on none of that shit. It is what it is. You look like
He's going to tell him you look like you do a lot of push-ups.
I'm not worried about fighting.
Hey, that's cool.
I'm trying to
now,
what's going on.
this some racist. So it's going to be a fight if this don't go my way. It's
says
going to
it's
be a real
going to be
fight. So I hope y'all fight
doesn't
good.
go his way.
Or shoot.
What did he say?
No chance at all.
What did he say, Steve?
He says if this will go my way, there's going to be a fight or a shoot.
Oh wow. Okay.
He's
Now
doing
I'm almost like I don't care what goes on with the airline. Now
he's doing all this in front of his children.
Of course.
Not once. So I hope y'all handle this, bro. Come over here and talk to him. Don't even come over here to me. So I'm telling you, you don't have no chance with me. Come talk. Come stand with him. Don't stand behind me or none of that shit.
So with all the distraction that he's doing, the officers don't even have time to go talk to the airline, right?
No, not yet.
No.
Because he's being such a pain that they got to worry about him right now. They see where this is going.
You're gonna keep picking out the
My man.
Get him, bro.
Hey.
Ask him why the fuck asked me to get over tonight.
I'm gonna need you back.
I need that racist. We're not doing that racist today. You not with that racist. You with me, bro? Get the Y'all not putting me in handcuffs, bro. If y'all want to talk, y'all talk. For what? For what? Back up. Bro, listen, you're doing too much. I tried to be cool. I tried to be cool.
So the back up. Explain to people what's going on with officers saying back up. What's happening there?
Well, all I know is that what's happening is they finally got enough guys there, so they decide.
Okay, but why would a cop be saying back up to somebody, right? Because his family's behind him, right? Maybe the wife is walking up.
Oh,
on
yeah,
him,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You're going to see that now they got to deal with the wife. Actually, tries to calm him down, or girlfriend, or whatever.
I'm just saying that's why you would hear a cop say back up, because he's probably directing one of the family members to back up. Because they got a lot to worry about.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't tase him.
For what, bro?
Yeah, I was wondering that myself.
For the white lady.
I need you to back up, man, please.
First thing they need to do is move those things.
He went all this white lady shit, man. Don't know what the going on. What you just tackle me for, bro? What did you tackle me for, bro? Let me up. I'm gonna get a hang up. Nope. No what? You're not getting up. Because of this white lady? Well, you a cold whore, bro. You doing what this white lady say, bro?
No, stop.
She knows.
What are you doing what this white lady say to you, bro?
Shut up.
Calm down, man. Relax.
You can put me in handcuffs if you want. Why are you listening to this white lady, bro? I'm not fighting you. Do you want to put me in handcuffs?
I'm about to.
Come on, put me in handcuffs. Bro, get this white
Can you imagine having to deal with him on the plane? If he was on the plane and was doing this on the plane?
Say it again.
Can you imagine having to deal with him as a passenger, a civilian passenger on the plane, helping the flight attendant take him down into custody?
Do they ever get into? Do they ever get the airline side of the story? What's going
on? Yeah.
Okay.
At the
All
end, and you're going to be
watching. Stay tuned. More to come.
Yeah, we've seen enough here, Mark. This thing goes on and on.
Really? You don't want to keep it going?
There we go.
What happens is, well, you'll just eventually see him getting him into custody, but eventually they'll interview the airline employee, and the airline employee alleges that he spit in the airline employee's face, and then he picked up one of those metal stands and was chasing the employee around the.
I told you they better move.
Excuse me?
The one I told you they better move. That's right next to his hand.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly.
So, what started it though on the plane? What was the cause?
Well,
of it?
he was behaving unruly on the plane before it took off, and they could see a problem with him, and they asked him to get off the plane.
Right, they could see where this is going.
Exactly. Before they took off, he was already acting unruly, apparently, according to the airline employee.
I was on a Southwest flight a few years back.
This young kid here with the vest, he's the one that he says that the guy spit in his face and then chased him around with the.
You can go off the voluntary way now, or OPD will be called. Okay. And he said, I don't want any law enforcement trouble. Gets up halfway through the jet bridge, he starts spitting in my face.
So he was on the flight?
Correct. Okay. Calling me racist, and I get out here, he's telling me he's gonna slap. I mean, he starts picking up these things and trying to hit me with them, and keeps playing chicken with me around this this thing.
Did he actually spit on you?
Yeah, he spit on my face.
So there was actually spit on your face?
Yes.
Okay.
So get both your hands off me, bro. I got handcuffs.
But the poor kid don't want to press charges because he's scared of them.
Yes, exactly.
He pressed charges, didn't he?
No, he told me he didn't want to press charges because I don't know why he's scared of them. And the officers are all, yeah, but now you just put us in a position because we went hands-on with this guy.
Really?
And we all got here and had to fight him, and now you don't want to press charges.
No.
And again
this guy is not being charged.
In my opinion,
no, he got charged for what he did to the cops.
In my opinion, he needs to be put on a no-fly list again.
Oh, he will be.
He shouldn't be anywhere near an airplane.
So I was on a Southwest flight a few years back at San Jose, and it was in the morning early, and I think I was going to Phoenix or something like that. And it was a crowded flight, and you're waiting in your area. And there's this dude, is a Filipino guy, kind of got the flat hat on sideways, and he was swaggering. He just come from the bar there, the British pub there at the San Jose airport early in the morning, and he was already lit. And there was a Filipino older lady sitting next to me, and he walks by her, he like looks at her, and goes, "What's up, mama?" like that to her. Right? And he a little attitude, and he goes, "I'm a businessman," but he's all telling me how he's a businessman, and he's got like he was bragging about how he got early boarding or something like that. And I'm watching this dude, and this guy's lit. And sure enough, they get on the plane. I'm in my like seat.
They let him on the plane like that?
They let him on because at the time he's just kind of being funny, right? And I just remember thinking, that's interesting. And I'm in like C boarding. This guy was in A boarding or something, right? And by the time my group got up, next thing you know, he's being taken off the plane.
Oh, okay.
A couple San Jose guys had gone in there and they're taking him off the plane. He's like, I'm a business owner. And I guess he just started in on the plane. And they like, we're not going to have any part of this.
In this case here, I felt bad because I could tell that the kid was scared because they kept asking him, "Are you sure you don't want to press charge?" I mean, he spit in your face, and he's like, "Well, no." And then they said, "Well, because we're arresting him, and he's facing some felony charges for fighting the officers." And the thing is there's a lot of rules in the airport. There's a lot of federal laws and stuff.
And explain that, Scott. Why do you know this?
Yeah, well, because I was an airport cop for 2 years and
exactly
had to fight a few people in the airport over child custody cases and all kinds of, and people go get drunk in the bar before they go to get, which obviously that's what they were saying here is this guy just, he got really, I guess he was drinking a lot and which, made him stupid. I don't know if that made him stupid or he was already stupid and it helped.
And you know what happens? You go to a bar now, right? You say, I want a Tito's or whatever, or that, and they go $6 more, make it a double.
Yeah.
So now you got this guy drinking doubles, and he's lit and he's on the plane. He's mad at whoever, right? So
I know that the one thing is I remember because we didn't see it in the video. She asked him if he was willing to sign a complaint, which I don't know what that's about. Because first of all, no, I'm going to interview you. You're going to tell me exactly what happened and why you called because they got to justify why they went hands on. And personally, I think watching these videos drives me crazy because these officers they put themselves in at risk. And I'm not saying that the tactics. That guy obviously. The guy that was holding him down, that guy had some moves. He knew what he was doing. But you're still putting yourself into a situation where now he's right next to you where you can get your gun and all that. And I'm thinking, and at one point they were even saying, well, I could have tased him. And I'm like thinking, why Why not tase him? Why that? It's such a great tool that when we finally got those things, it was like tase, boom, handcuff. So much easier than 4 of you on this guy. He dies from excited delirium because he's on alcohol and who knows what other drugs, and now you're being tried for murder.
Yeah, and
Again.
I'm gonna bring it up again. Is it? Can you imagine having to deal with that guy as a civilian with whatever passengers are willing to step up and help you subdue him on the plane?
It would take a lot of passengers to do that guy.
It's just, you know,
the cop is having a rough time with it. And the cop knew
and
what
how
he was doing.
seriously would the passengers have been hurt? Again,
But what else are you going to do, right? At some point,
Exactly.
you know, it's going to take.
This is the part of the video.
It's a
That's
hell
the
of a
part of the
situation.
video right there, Mark, where she's trying to talk to him about pressing charges.
Well, hopefully he does. That'd be interesting. This is dated. This is a couple years ago. So, well, I'm wondering whatever happened with this guy. I wonder if his side. Maybe we should have this guy on and have him play his side story. How the white lady's at fault.
Well, I don't know, but I saw today Spirit Airlines put out there that they might not be going. They may still be going for a while. In other words, I don't know if I book a flight unless you're not sure. I think they're going bankrupt.
This next story is the one on your website. This is the one in Hawaii, I believe, right? And let's watch the video here.
Bike to work yesterday. Newly released surveillance video.
No, this was Houston.
Of the suspect accused of stabbing a 77-year-old man who, again, was riding his bike to work yesterday in East Houston.
Katira Winfrey is live at the bike trail where it happened with more on the investigation and this latest development. Katira.
Ron and Mia, the traffic along this East End bike trail has remained pretty consistent, and the tragic news from yesterday is spreading extremely fast. And the people I spoke to in the area told me they actually recognize the suspect. They've seen him around before, so they will be paying closer attention.
Surveillance cameras caught these early morning images of a suspect accused of fatally stabbing a man on the Harrisburg hike and bike trail. His grieving family now looking for answers.
He's an honest man. He's a hardworking man, you know. Wakes up every time in the morning, goes to work, treats well my siblings. He's a loving father and grandpa.
Police say 77-year-old Anival Elvir Ortiz was stabbed by the suspect around 5:40 Thursday morning while on his way to work. Authorities say despite being stabbed, he rode another 10 minutes to work, but collapsed there and later died.
It's weird. Before something happened like that, since I've been living here.
The new surveillance images of the suspect walking down the train platform. The time on the screen shows 5:48. Minutes after the victim's attack. It comes as a shock to those riding the rail.
I put on my headphones while walking, but
he was so nonchalant after that alleged stabbing, right? I got to say that. How did they know it was him?
He did not know he had been stabbed. He knew that he thought he had been punched or hurt. He said he got to work and told the employees his back hurt. And his back hurt because the man had stabbed him in the back.
Well, how do they know that's the guy stabbing him, I guess is my point.
I don't know exactly.
Are they just saying because of the proximity, that's the next guy walking up the trail or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. Well, they'll definitely find him. They're going to find that guy, especially if he's known to the area.
Yeah, if anybody
someone's going to recognize him, I bet you they've already identified him.
Send us a tip at tips@fugitive.com.
Right. I'm sure they've already identified that guy too. Interesting. I thought when I said HPD, I just assumed it was Hawaii.
77-year-old man still going to work at 5 a.m, gets stabbed by some jerk for no reason.
Right.
And still goes to work after he's been stabbed.
Yeah.
All right.
Poor guy.
Okay, now we're going to talk about our favorite subject here. The world is going crazy. All right, let's watch what's going on in DC. Always interesting, right? Things to come. Here we go.
The D.C. National Guard is already starting to gather at the D.C. Armory. That's where we find News Force Megan McGrath. Megan joins us live this morning. Okay, so Megan, you've been there all morning long. What have you seen? What are you starting to see? Is there an increase of movement there?
Well, good morning. Yeah, there's been a lot of activity here this morning. Members of the D.C. National Guard, some of them arriving just a little bit before 7 o'clock this morning, going inside. Now, they'll be given their orders, and then at some point, they will go and hit the streets of Washington, where they will work alongside local law enforcement. That could possibly happen today. We don't have that timeline as of yet. Now, in addition to activating the D.C. National Guard, the president has taken control of the D.C. Police Department, federalizing it. Now, that is something that has never happened, not here in Washington.
Hey, I was watching a story, and the other one, it almost seems like the head of the police union, he was saying how he thinks that crime has gone up, and even though the management says crime has gone down. Would you guys know anything about that? Where the head of the police union was countering what the city officials were saying?
No, but I looked at the stats that the police department provided, and if you go to our website, I posted the stats there, and all the major categories, the crime has gone way down. I'm talking 25, 30% in a year.
So would it be a normal for a police union leader just to advocate wanting all of us guys to get federal overtime?
Oh my,
yeah, or you just you tell people what stats they want to know because you're afraid if you don't tell them what they want, then you could lose your job. So,
I don't know. I don't know the stats in DC, and I just go with it.
Just
like
go
you
to
said.
our website, Mark, and you can see them. I posted.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, and we're getting what the city is reporting, and a lot of people are predicting this is just a test. He can do it legally. Everything I watch, pretty middle of the road stuff.
30,
says he has the right
30,
as president.
For 30 days.
He has the right to do this in DC
For
now,
30 days.
and other cities and stuff like that. He necessarily wouldn't have the right to do it. So interesting stuff. Okay,
so
then,
how come the National Guard wasn't called on January 6th?
For 3 hours.
The biggest crime they ever committed.
Yep, that's
in
always
our
going to be the
country.
issue. Yep.
No National
But
Guard.
then again, Mark, you're disrupting these National Guard men and women. You're disrupting their lives for 30 days. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? I mean, if you gave us 1,000 National Guard police in San Jose PD, what are we going to do with them? Okay, they're not police officers. You're going to have them direct traffic. I mean, it's a shameless window dressing.
You know what they need? You know what they need to do if they really want to help with the crime rate and the crime problem? They need to adjust the court system. They need to get more judges. They need to have 24-hour. They need to have night court, like we used to say. They need to not let cases pile up. They need not to let these guys. Oh, you have 15 felonies, but we'll let you plead to one. And the rest of them will throw out, and we'll give you 90 days and credit for time served, and then they're right back out there doing it again. So if they were really interested in helping, then they would help where the help is needed. And by putting a bunch of people out on the street that aren't cops, that don't have that kind of training and aren't in that position, then I'm sorry. I mean, there are a lot of ways they can help. They could flood. Sort of. Well, look at what they do in California. Remember Newsom sent a bunch of extra judges and everything. He wanted to send them to Alameda County and Oakland, and said that to help them so that because all the cases are piling up.
Exactly.
That's what they need to do, and put these people in jail where they belong.
Exactly.
All right, let's watch everyone's favorite Homeland Security dog killer. Let's go on here.
It's all part of ICE's new Defend the Homeland campaign, which aims to hire 10,000 new agents. Secretary Kristi Noem announced that there will be no age limit for what she called patriotic Americans willing to help carry out the Trump administration's plan to remove the worst of the worst criminals living in the U.S. illegally. But not everyone is on board. A retired ICE agent who asked to keep his name private says 18 might be a little too young for the job.
Officers are called upon to make split-second decisions that could result in, life or death, and you want to have someone who is mature enough to understand that.
He says the age requirement exists for a reason. In most states, including Arizona, you must be at least 21 to become a police officer. He also notes that polygraph tests are a standard part of the hiring process for many law enforcement agencies. But that's not the case for ICE, where polygraph tests are not mandatory. However, given the workload expected of agents, he supports the agency's efforts to expand, but says the standards shouldn't be lowered in the process.
It doesn't matter, that they've ramped up the mission. You have to make sure that the processes in place are doing what they're supposed to be doing to ensure that you're getting quality candidates.
Though he's only been retired for 2 years, he says he wouldn't return despite the enticing incentives. Those include a $50,000 signing bonus, student loan forgiveness, and dual compensation waivers that allow retired agents to collect both their pension and a full salary if they return to service.
Hey, isn't Putin
want to
offering
say
a lot of
something.
money? Isn't Putin offering a lot of money if you go fight the war in Ukraine?
Yeah,
He sure
exactly.
is.
No, let me tell you something. I looked that up. That $50,000 incentive. Let's just say bullshit. It's over.
You
the
just
course of
got
5
us
years.
banned from YouTube.
No, you could say that.
I'm kidding you.
That's over you get that over 5 years. Okay. So first of all, they're going to forgive your loan, your student loan forgiveness. Okay. You're taking the word, you're expecting somebody who doesn't pay their bills who's making you this promise that they're going to be around in 5 years to make sure you collect your whole $50,000. I'm sorry.
Come on, Scott. I know retired cops that we both know. They're like, you're not a true American unless you're backing the president and what's going on. You're only true Americans back this guy.
Here's the deal.
Those Capitol police officers, they're not real cops. These guys are true Americans. These guys
billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars that he could create a secret army, right? So he could have the secret military. And why aren't they giving these guys their $50,000 up front? Think about it, guys.
And
the same reason why he didn't pay for the guy that put the carpet in his
Mark, does the CHP job description include defending your culture?
Yeah, there's another.
The California surfer culture.
Go with
right? and lowrider culture of California. That's what we're doing.
Go to their the ICE recruitment website where it says defend your culture. What is that?
That's a dog whistle.
What does that mean?
Is that a job of a police officer?
Yeah. What culture?
Because they're not police
white ladies that kill their dogs. That culture.
Yeah, they're not police officers. He's not hiring them as police officers.
He's
hiring them. They're
It's a dog whistle. Hey, can you operate a wheelbarrow? You need a job. We got no polygraph.
We got one more to go here.
Coke machine.
Since the start of the year, Republicans in Washington have changed a lot when it comes to the country's immigration policies, and that includes allocating billions of new dollars for immigration enforcement and President Trump's deportation efforts.
If you open up your laptop and head to usajobs.gov, you'll see a lot of openings, specifically for immigration and customs enforcement.
True Americans.
ICE. Want to be a deportation officer? There are openings in multiple locations. This post says salaries start at $49,000. Want to be a criminal investigator or attorney for ICE? There are multiple openings for those jobs too. Join.ice.gov lays out the new benefits even more. Under an Uncle Sam America Needs You logo, there is a promise of a $50,000 signing bonus, $60,000 for student loan repayment, and the opportunity for premium pay. This push is the result of President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill that became law in July, which authorized the hiring of 10,000 new ICE agents in recent days.
I'm pretty good at spotting closet. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
You may have seen the social media push from the White House and from officials reminding Americans that they don't need a college degree. Even U.S. senators have gotten involved, like Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee.
The benefits are great.
But not everyone is pleased with ICE's recruitment tactics.
Disappointing beyond words, to be honest with you. And quite honestly, too, it's an embarrassment to the president.
Jonathan Thompson is the executive director of the National Sheriff's Association, and he says ICE's efforts to lure local deputies away has alienated many. In one instance, recruiters got a list of emails from a deputy training seminar.
This was just a very poor way to express their support for us by turning around and saying, "Hey, let us take your deputies. Then your jail and your operations will be understaffed. And sorry, it's your problem."
Can sheriff departments compete with all of these bonuses and incentives?
Very unlikely. I mean, I've heard of bonuses in the neighborhood of
No way.
$10,000, but $50,000 over 3 years it's not feasible.
Thompson speculates that ICE may be struggling to recruit because all of law enforcement is struggling.
I did receive an apology from the White House. A very, very senior staffer apologized profusely on behalf of the president.
ICE, however, appears to be having some recruitment success. A recent press release shows 1,000 job offers were made in July alone. All these new ICE agents are needed to fulfill what White House aides have called a goal of 3,000 deportations a day, although the Justice Department has denied any quotas exist.
Wow,
Joe St.
no
George,
quotas.
Scripps News Group.
No quotas at all.
Yeah, Mark, I checked. I went online and checked for the average pay for deputy sheriffs in the former Confederate states, Louisiana, Florida, Mississippi, and you're talking about $50,000 a year is what they make, and so the sheriffs over there are shouting, just crying the blues now about the ICE taking away their deputies because they're offering them a whole year's salary just as a bonus on top of their.
But they're not going to get that.
I agree.
They're lying.
I agree.
They're lying to them. They're not going to get that.
Yeah,
it's
I
never
agree.
going to happen, because even if they do get maybe the first year, and then this whole thing fizzles and the courts get involved, and then they're going to put a hold on the money, and then they're going to spend the money on a ballroom or something, and they're never going to see that money. And if these guys are stupid enough to leave their jobs to go chase that dream, because we've all dreamed of putting on all of our equipment and battle rattle and tackling a dishwasher. That was my dream when I got into police work. I don't know about you.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I don't need.
Well, let's
recap.
Let's recap what we've learned today. Okay. Let's see. I lost my hold on. Kind of lost my pointer.
We dropped the college requirement, dropped the age to 18, raised it to, I think, 47 or 50 years old or something like that. And dropped the polygraph, no polygraph. I mean, what could go wrong?
Let's recap what we've learned today on Fugitive Watch. We've got that, we're at fugitive.com. The cops have some new tools on stopping pursuits. We learned about why Ram TRXs are stolen a lot. We learned that I have a 24 live stream going on at Stolen 911. Again, here's the Ram story. We learned about Morgan Fairchild. And also we learned that Scott's got a pretty cool Instagram page going there at fugitive.com. And Steve, all these guys are guilty, correct? Always?
No, Mark. We want to remind all of our viewers and supporters that any of the people you see on any of our platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name it, YouTube, are to be considered innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. And do not make any attempt to arrest, apprehend, or detain them. If you recognize any of them, send us a tip at tips@fugitive.com.
And Christy Noam is guilty of really bad hair extensions. What is with all these women in the hair extensions now? The guys with the tattoos. Come on now. Look at me. Just causing problems.
Well, you got a nice haircut. I was going to mention that at the beginning of the show.
Scott does, huh? Me? My hair.
You just got a haircut.
Oh, my God. No. Anyway, stay away from
this little guy. This little guy's about had it.
All right. Scott, we don't know. Oh, you mean your dog. Okay. All right. So that's it. Thanks a lot, guys. Check it out, fugitive.com. See you guys later.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hold on. I want to talk to you guys in a second. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All names, photographs, and persons depicted on Fugitive Watch are presumed to be innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.